Welcome to the Ultimate Dental Podcast, the place where you can learn how to create a dental practice and a business life that you love. Listen in with Dr. David Moffet as he interviews successful entrepreneurs and successful business people and successful dentists as they share their business successes, their stories, and their breakthrough ideas. Sharing pearls of wisdom that you can take back to your practice and implement immediately so that you can have that great practice with more patients, higher profits, and less stress. This is the podcast where great dental practices meet with successful business processes. Thanks for tuning in to the Ultimate Dental Podcast, the podcast where thought leaders, industry experts, and thriving practice owners reveal their very best tips, tools, and strategies that will help you to grow your dental practice faster. Now, here's your host, Dr. David Moffet.
Hello and welcome to today's episode of the Ultimate Dental Podcast. I'm your host, Dr. David Moffet, and I'm in New South Wales in Australia. Today I'm talking with Dr. Hadis Atajafari, and there's a mouthful for you. But Dr. Hadis has a very interesting story. She is originally from Iran and has a degree in agriculture from Iran, but moved to India where she studied dentistry and became a dentist. So Dr. Hadis, welcome to the Ultimate Dental Podcast. Thank you for joining us. How are you this morning in your time?
Thank you so much. Such an honor to be with you and everybody today. I'm feeling good. I just was making some jewels for fun as my hobby and then joined the podcast, feeling so relaxed and happy.
Oh, lovely. Well, Dr. Hadis, let's dive straight in. Can you share with our viewers, our listeners, share your journey into dentistry and what inspired you to choose dentistry as your profession? What was the driver there?
Yes, actually, I finished my master in agriculture in Iran and I had planned to continue studying my PhD. But I was thinking, what can I do instead of studying PhD? And I love dentistry from the beginning. And in Iran, dentistry was a very prestigious and high income career to be in it. So as I spoke to my father and I said I want to become a dentist instead of studying PhD, he was very welcoming and happy, and he supported me. I had two options for countries to select, and finally I ended up coming to India and becoming a dentist. Actually, I was business minded and I loved it, so I chose dentistry.
Oh, wow. And now you do some coaching of dentists as well, which is exciting. Tell me, what challenges did you face early in your career and how did you overcome those challenges in your dental career and also in your coaching career?
Oh my God. As I told you, I had a high expectation of dentistry to become a dentist, go back to Iran and start my clinic, earn lots of money. But I end up marrying an Indian guy who is doing charity work. And and we moved to a hill station in South India, where I literally felt like a dinosaur. I was isolated and I was so excited in the beginning to start my dental clinic. There was a small healthcare there. It's kind of rural area. I went and asked, is there any patient for dentist here? They said 100 people per day, they will come and ask. And I was so excited. I was the first dentist, 100 patients per day. Immediately, I set up my clinic and I waited for patients. Nobody came. And I started going through isolation, depression, and so much of disappointed, because my expectation was so high and now I couldn't meet even the lowest of it. So I had to go through so many things. I had to ask help from people to overcome it. I had to work on my personal development first. Then I had to know and understand my environment, the people. There I realized how important are people. Even if we have a top-notch clinic as a dentist, but we don't have people, we have nothing. That's what I realized in that place. And I started working on my relationship with myself and with my people around me, knowing them. And many people helped me. And I came to know the importance of networking, to know other dentists, to be in touch with other dentists, and realize that they also went through some similar experience in the beginning, maybe. Most of the dentists, I haven't met any, very rarely, like dentists who, for example, they took over their parents' clinic. They are quite happy almost from the beginning. But people who started from scratch, they almost mostly faced some disappointment at a point of time. So like that. Yeah.
Wow. So how did you help those people with that disappointment?
Yes, I can help them because I went through it, I lived that life. And the first advice that I don't know, I can say advice, something that I suggest is first working on self development, self analysis, to know if you really love dentistry, or like parents force you to come, or what was the reason, or your strength, your weaknesses. It is very important, sometimes we think, oh, we are a very sociable person, or we are able to handle everything, but we aren't. We are human, we are weak, we need help, we need team. I was there as a solo dentist, nobody around. I had to do everything. I have to figure out now what is my problem. Is it my branding? Is it my public health problem? Is it marketing problem? But no, all the tests that I went through, like a self-analysis, kind of, even I provide for dentists that they can know themselves first. We find the root of the issue first in ourselves. Uh, what is where we need help, that can help a lot to overcome the disappointment in the first step. And after that is networking is very important, to be in touch with other dentists, to understand, use their experience. We shouldn't be proud, we shouldn't be self everything, to keep everything to ourselves. I'm a very open person, very transparent and honest. The moment I meet somebody, I share about my disappointment. I'm not ashamed of it. And that's why people feel free to talk to me. Sometimes, I go to for example, a kind of meeting. I say, see, I went through that. This happened to me in the Hill Station. I didn't like this about dentistry. I like that about my clinic. And I see people stare at me. But after sometimes, some of them, they come and message me and say, you know what, we went through the same thing. Can we talk to you about it?
All
So,
right.
as if we are ourselves and we are real, so people feel comfortable and life will be more comfortable for us.
What do you see as some of the most significant changes in dentistry that you've seen practicing in India in the
Yeah.
last 7 years? What have you seen as big changes?
Changes, we had good changes and kind of difficult changes. Good changes are absolutely technology, advanced technology. Like it makes it much easier for us to practice. Like somebody like me, that I'm in Hill Station. Before, I had to send my impression, with the bus down the hill. Somebody take it to another lab. But digital scan and all that make it so easy for us. This is one good thing that happened. The instruments are much safer. Like X-ray machines have low radiation, and that is very good. That is happening. For me, safety matters a lot, even more than having a top-notch equipment. The safety matters for me. So this is a good thing. And difficult thing, like in India, what we are facing is like purchasing material is a little difficult here now, because government is supervising, they put taxes, and it's quiet. All the dentists kind of complain about that. Otherwise, dentistry is always good.
What when there's an undersupply of materials, what do you use instead? Temporary
No,
filling materials.
we can purchase it, but we have to be aware to purchase ahead. Like
Mm.
sometimes it's difficult to get at the moment you need it. We cannot get it. Some stuff are available, but recent materials, it's a little difficult to get them. Yeah,
Mm.
so we always have the stock. This is how we
That's
manage.
yeah. Um, Tell me about relationships in your practice, building relationships with patients. What are some of the most effective strategies that you've found in terms of building strong relationships with your patients?
Relationships, for me, before we want to go to build relationship with patient in our clinic, everything starts outside the clinic. It's all about trust. If people trust us, then they will build relationship with us. In one of these courses that I talk about building trust, because this is what I went through. Till the moment that people don't trust us, they don't step in our clinic. And when they step in our clinic, there is another process to build relationship and building trust again there. And there is another stage that when people leave our clinic, still we have to continue building trust. It is all about that. This is how I build my relationship, based on trust with people. For example, in that like village, I had language barrier also. uh, I wasn't able to tell exactly who I am. But my body language, the smile on my face, even a small poster that I showed, all that, the little things help me to build trust with relationship and trust with people. And being available for them, guarantee that, when they left my clinic, even if they face an issue, I will be that responsible to accept that, instead of blaming my patient that, for example, why your feeling came up, for example. We put a feeling and it may come up, some people blame the patient that you weren't careful, but it's not like that. I always accept that on my side, and I face the consequences of anything happen. Like support the patient when they are in my clinic, even the eye contact I have with them, the create a memorable moment for them. I think it's very personal to each person. We cannot have all the people under one roof in our clinic. That's why we define the target group. We talk to a certain group of people who are able to build relationship with us. It is like that. For example, in Hill Station, I'm treating a group of rural people, but with the same brand there, I cannot have those people in my clinic in the city if I want to start the clinic in
Yes.
the city, which is my plan. So for me, we have to be real. We have to build our own brands, and we must be available for people. Availability is one thing that we can build trust in people, and the relationship is something personal. We must know, I call it as a CRM. We can have a CRM that we can mention some personal thing about our patients when we are talking to them. For example, I have a patient, and he tells me, for example, I'm going to a birthday party after meeting you. Okay, I can mention, write it somewhere, have it in my laptop. Next time when that patient come and I go back to that name, I remember last time this patient went to a birthday party, and if I ask him, did you have a good time, how does that patient feels important. So this is
Definitely.
something, yeah, this is something personal. I think it's not something we can teach people, like my style is different with you. So that's why we have to have our own target group, the people who can connect to us like that.
Mm,
Yeah.
mm. So it's good that you identified this early in terms of your own practice. How has that worked for you? Is your practice, you know, one of the busiest practices in your village now? Has it
Yeah,
grown?
yes, no, like people know me because it's a small environment. Like when they know, they see me, they like to come and talk to me. It's like they feel like I'm their family, It is like that. Even I think in a big place, you can build your own family with your patients, People that they matter to you, you matter to them. It's very personal. Dentistry is not something like similar with other businesses. We
Well,
people must like us, must we cannot tell, I don't care what people think about me. It doesn't work in dentistry. Dentistry is all about people, what they think about us, how they trust us, how they feel about us. So even if we don't feel good in that day, we must make our patient to feel good. So this is, I think it's like that.
Yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly. It's a very close working relationship with our patients.
Exactly.
We're sitting with our hands in their mouths, really,
Yes.
and so we must recognise that that's part of the situation, and we must be physically gentle and acceptable in terms of how
Exactly.
we handle them and how they feel about that. Very, very important. Yeah,
Exactly.
it is. Um, how do you hand how do you handle difficult situations, while maintaining, that positive practice environment? How do you keep all your patients basically in the same lane?
Yeah, exactly. It's all about the teamwork here. As a dentist is a leader. If we cannot be a proper leader, we must hire somebody, because we are a team and someone has to guide us to the vision that we have. So for me, it's like the team has to be trained beforehand. If we face any difficult situation, they have to be ready. If like a patient is angry, step in, or is disappointed, or patient is not feeling good that day, team has to be ready. And as a dentist, as a leader, I must be able to control the situation. See, even if it is the hardest, I can give you example. Once I started extracting impacted tooth, though I haven't done it before. It was my first impacted tooth extraction. So I started doing it. Half the way, my handpiece stopped working. So now what can I do in that situation? I tell you, I live that real life in a hill station. The next dentist will be 1 hour, that I have to go down the hill to reach the next dentist. So what happened in that moment, I was very calm. I talked to my patient. I assured him nothing will happen. And I faced that situation. I put the patient in the car with my husband. We drove to the next dentist and we get the work done. We finish the work. The only thing we can do is that to face the reality of our situation and be calm. And all of this happens through self development. It's not something in that moment we can face something. We have to be ready for every situation. So in here again, networking is important. If I didn't know that dentist, if I didn't have a good relationship with another dentist, I couldn't ask for help.
No,
So
no.
this is a team. My teamwork, my leadership, and my networking helped me to solve that situation.
Yeah, very, very important to look that your
Yes,
team includes other dentists in your area,
exactly.
because
Yes,
you you don't want to
yes.
pretend you're operating on an island when you will need them. No,
Exactly. Yeah, we need each other. I can't see people as competitors. They are not competitors. When we are able to be our own brand, when we are able to have our own relationship with people, it's to me, it's like a marriage. There are many women out there, many men out there, but you only have commitment to one person. So if we can have such a powerful relationship with our patients, most probably they will choose us. They must feel comfortable with us. So that
mm.
patient again came back to me after all of this. They they accepted to come to me again because they felt safe, because I didn't lose control and get anxious or leave the patient like that. Patient was safe, and I manage everything in the best way and send it home. So they trust me like that.
This topic that we're on about trust and building relationships with patients, do you see practices where relationships aren't built? And if you do you see that as a mistake that those dentists are making because they should take the time to build the relationships?
Exactly, exactly. Some people, patients are not products, that we want to make them and go to the next one and sell it. It takes time. For me, sometimes it takes 15 minutes to talk to one patient to make them understand what I'm telling, assure them that this is good for them. And if I don't know anything, I say, let me consult the specialist. People, I tell them, this part I need more consultation. I will let you know. We shouldn't think about only to get something done and get the money, charge the patient. That this is how they trust us. They know I'm not working for money. I say, like for example, two types of crown. One is more expensive. Even if patient can pay for it, I'll say this crown also works for you. Which one do you want? We shouldn't see the patient as product. We should see them as very valuable human being who need our help, and they are worth it our time. So like that, we can build a relationship with them. Or after treatment, we 5 minutes, 10 minutes, how much ever we have time, talk to them. Sometimes some of them ask me for other, consultations. They send me a message and ask about their problems. Maybe it happens only in India. I don't know about other countries, but they feel that close that they want to involve me in their personal things. So it is like that. As you said, it's time is very valuable, and we have to spend time with them.
Yeah, I think I tell my clients that small children will spend they will spell the word love, they'll spell it
Mm.
Time, and I think your patients will spell it exactly the same way. Their patients want to feel appreciated and loved, and all you've got to do is spend the time with them and listen to them and enjoy their stories. It's very
Exactly.
important, and not just be so focused on open, drill, fill, close, bye bye.
Exactly.
That
Yes.
becomes
Yes.
too transactional for sure.
Yeah.
Um, how do you envision the future of dentistry? And what should dentists be prepared for? I know you've only been a dentist for 7 years, but that's 20% of a dental career already under your belt. How do you see the future of dentistry?
Let me answer you like this. When I went to my guide for my master in Iran, then I finished it and I went to my guide, asked him, what do you think? I do PhD in agriculture or I go study dentistry? He said, you know what? Everybody has 32 teeth. And he was right. As long as a human being is there and people have teeth, dentistry is very good. And for me, like, I'm thinking to start a branch in city. So yes, it is very good. The future is good. And something that Seth Godin says in his marketing book, he says, select the people you serve and select your future. It is all about people. What people we are going to serve define our future. If I want even do charity work for free for people, my future is different. If I want to have a target group who are doing very well, so my future is different. And I have to be different. My clinic has to be different. I have to meet all the expectation of my target group. So dentistry is good, future is very good.
Well, you're right. As long as people have got 32 teeth, they're
Yes.
going to keep, as long as they're eating sweets and not
Yes, exactly.
spending time cleaning them. Um, it always surprises me. People, even when you fix their teeth, they decide, "Oh, I'm not
Still,
going back." Yeah,
exactly. Yes. I
yeah,
myself, I did a root canal a couple of years ago. I need a re-RCT now. As a dentist, I need to go again. People need, they miss the tooth, they need to place it. And it's good. Dentistry is always practical.
mm, mm.
Yeah.
Um, Let's talk about work-life balance because you said that you suffered some
Mm,
anxiety in your early career. How
yes.
has working out your work-life balance helped you, and how did you achieve that? How did you say, oh, I need to spend more time
Mm,
looking after you? Like today, you said you were making some jewelry.
yes,
Tell
yes,
me, tell me
yes.
about how getting that work-life balance is important for you.
Exactly. Actually, I'm a mommy to three little boys, and
Oh
they
my,
all need me, But I'm a very ambitious woman, and I love to work. I love to help. I think for everybody as a dentist, we must have a hobby. We must have a moment to take out from all this, anxiety and stress and all that, and be with ourselves, whatever it is. Like for me, it's fashion designing, jewel making. Recently, I go to sport. I spend time with my children, and family is very important, because we already have some tension in our workplace. Family can support us a lot. We all need help, For me, it's always I'm open, I'm welcoming to anybody who wants to help me,
Nice.
even helping with taking care of the kids, helping to spend time with me, talk to me, give me advice. We shouldn't be proud. We have to be open to people, even if people, they may want to hurt us, they may want to manipulate it later. It doesn't matter. It is that moment that matters. I feel good. So I and my husband support me a lot. Whenever I have patients or I want to go work, he helps with children. So we all need help. This is the only way to balance it.
It is. If you don't, you find that it just becomes um, too much. It
Yes.
starts to smother you, and
Mm,
it
exactly.
chokes you. It chokes your creativity. It chokes your energy. So it's very
Exactly.
important to reach out
Exactly.
to those people. Tell me about continuing education. What do you look for in continuing education? Are you looking for non-dental education in terms of business growth, or are you looking at clinical skills as well? How do you balance those choices?
Actually, business part of it is always there. I love it, and I will keep improving myself. But the clinical skill, I was a person that I never thought I would like to work with children. I never wanted to work with children. But the place that I am, because we run a school ourselves, and we have so many schools around, most of my patients are children. And life put me in a path that I came to know I can help kids. So I like to become specialist for children in pedo part. And and I feel like everybody has to be open to what life brings on. Sometimes it is not what we want, what we expect. Some changes will happen, and if we are open to changes, it makes the life much easier. See, like if I didn't want to accept even to do treatment for children because they are very sensitive, but when I worked with them, I felt, oh, they like me. Some of them even fall asleep when I was doing the treatment. So I felt, oh, I can do that. And they have a beautiful word, because now I'm a mother. I know how children are. So my vision for future for myself is with kids. I like to work with them. Yeah,
That's it's amazing how you thought not for
exactly.
children, but now,
Yeah.
yeah, very important. And it's interesting, as I mentioned, I was talking to a
Mhm.
pediatric dentist earlier
Yes,
today, and he said he gets so much personal satisfaction from treating
exactly.
children and
Exactly.
helping them to
Yeah.
keep their teeth, and he
Yeah,
finds them far more um, appreciative than
exactly.
adults who are going, "How much?" He goes, whereas the children, it's like, "Thanks, Doc," and he says he
Exactly.
can't. He goes to the mall, and children that he saw when they were 10 are now 50,
Yeah.
and they go, Doctor, yeah, here I am, and it's just so gratifying for him. So congratulations on finding that niche that you like in dentistry. Um,
Yeah.
how do you keep in running your own business, and you run the school as well? How do you keep your team motivated and aligned with the goals that you have for those businesses?
Okay. School is mostly my husband part.
All
I
right.
my focus is the clinic, but I drop ideas, but mostly he runs. But my team, see, the main thing for each practice is the vision, where we want to go. Vision is what gives us direction. So as a dentist, as a leader, if I focus my eye in on where I want to go, I'm able to lead my team. So my team is different a little with the team, usual team in city, because my team has other people who carry my impression with bike and give it to the boss to take it down the hill. These are all my team. Little things. There are people who I have to call them to come help me. Train them how to clean my clinic. I'm training one lady who has a very little education to assist me, at the chair side. My team is absolutely different. It's not something ready that a person who knows what is assisting a dentist to come and stand and help me. Everything I have to do from scratch. I have to teach them. I have to show them. But it's all about loving your passion and love and passion for your dentistry. It's all about knowing where we want to go, our vision, and it's all about being able to face the difficulties because of the love we have for dentistry and asking help from people. See, there are some areas I need to ask. Sometimes I ask help. For example, Dr. Moffet, can you help me with this area as a consultant, or can you introduce somebody to me? I'm very open to ask for help. That's why life is easy for me. So otherwise I have to train my entire team, and time management, my team, my leadership, all that is on me. So uh, kind of my life is building from a scratch. My practice is everything building from a scratch. I know step by step, how to keep them accountable. It's very important to make the practice sweet for them, the environment be positive and sweet for people to they themselves want to be accountable, to motivate them, uh, make them partner with your practice. Sometimes we shouldn't treat people as slaves. You are supposed to come, just answer the calls, I'll pay you this much per month and go. They must have that feeling that they are partner with us. If you, for example, I have more patient this month and you answer all the calls, okay, you also will get a little prize. You know what I'm telling? It shouldn't be only all about me as a dentist. It's all about everybody who are helping us to run our practice. Yeah.
Well, in a dental practice, there's
Mm,
really only one or two people who can drill teeth, but
exactly.
everybody can talk, and
Yeah,
so it's
exactly.
important that everybody talks to the patient, relaxes
Mm,
the patient, hears
mm,
the patient's stories, feeds
mm,
back what the patient tells them to other people. So the patient, when they
exactly.
come back, they go, "Oh, they've been talking about me." They're not just concerned that I'm a
Exactly.
molar with a credit card. They're
Exactly.
concerned that I'm actually a human being who does things. It's really,
Mhm,
really important to build that personal, because nobody
mhm,
goes to the dentist because they like it.
mhm.
It's a grudge buy. People don't want to go to the dentist. They'd rather buy tires for their car than go to the dentist. Dentistry is something
Exactly.
very, not
Exactly.
very not very sexy to do. It's like, I'm
Exactly.
going to get hurt, I'm going to bleed, and I'm going to cost money. Who wants to do
Exactly.
that? So it's really important to nurture that relationship so that people
Exactly.
understand that we're there to help them, but also help them with their health, but also help them um, get over any anxieties, and also be their friend. That's
Exactly.
that's the
Yes.
real important thing about it. Tell me your life as a coach. How much work are you doing coaching dentists in terms of um, these anxieties that they can have as new dentists in dental practice, or burnt out dentists? Are you seeing much of that?
So many are around, but as I told you, I'm busy with family also. I don't really do so much right now, like only a few people maybe. And one of them, is a dentist that 6 years ago, I joined his clinic to just, I was pregnant that time. I joined to, learn how to practice dentistry there. And when I went and met him after a long time, I saw, my goodness, his clinic is kind of broken, and it's kind of, he's not fine after 6 years only. And I was talking to him. I said, the last 6 years I attended these courses. I'm doing this, I'm doing this. He was shocked, He was like, what? You just came next to me to see how I treat my patient. And it was eye opening for me how it is important for a dentist to keep updated. So I told him, see, I can help you if you want. I learned all this in my practice, and now I can coach. And he was so happy that I can help him, to transform his practice. Even the clinic, last 6 years, everything was same. you know. It doesn't work like that, some people, they don't know, they need to be told, it's not like he didn't want to do that, but he doesn't think about all that. That's why we need help, we need coach, somebody to see everything from outside, to see our character, to see our clinic, everything. So he's open, for me to help him. There are many people, but right now I can one patient and one coaching. I don't really have that much time right now. My
Yeah.
kids have to grow a little more. Yeah.
How old are your children? How old are they?
The oldest one is 7, then 5, and 1 year old.
Oh my goodness, you've got your hands full. Um, can you share some tips that you might have on improving the profitability of dental practices?
Yes, profitability actually depends on different practice. See, in the beginning, like in the rural area, the first thing helped me to be profitable is that I shared with people about what I am doing, you know, because it was a rural place, I shared that I'm here to help people. Kind of, I didn't have any loss and I received so much of help in the beginning. It's a one tip is that to let people know what you are doing. It is the main thing that helped me. After that, it comes to time management, to give the importance to which treatment, which treatment is bringing more profit and income to you. So focus on that and hand over the treatments that you think another person can do, hand it over to another dentist, hire another dentist. You know what I'm telling, a assistant, a hygienist who can do the simple things. You can handle that and you focus on the treatment which can bring you more income, and you have patients who are demanding, to do that for them. Another tip for me is to have assistant. Having assistant helps in time management and getting things done and more comfortable. And the one more thing is that to keep the patient who is bringing you profitability happy, to bring you more same, same.
Yes.
If a patient is coming for aesthetic work, which is profitable, if you can keep that patient happy, we'll bring you another one. Referrals will bring you another one, so you have more profits. So like for dentist, I have a little course in your website. I define the metrics, profitability metrics, that every dentist must know. If we know them, we get an idea how we can increase the profitability. Like I put an Excel sheet ready for dentists, which I use it myself. You can enter all your expenses and your expectations and automatically receive the profit that you made. You know, it makes it very easy, especially for dentists who don't have any accountant. So many things are there, but depends on the type of the practice. I think the main things are time management, patient satisfaction, and referrals can bring profitability.
Yeah,
And
I think.
prioritize your treatments.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
that's certainly got a
exactly.
major in major things and not
Yeah.
major in minor things, and
Mhm.
and and definitely delegate, because
Mhm.
a lot of dentists get bogged down doing the weeds. A number of times I hear a dentist saying, "Oh, I I enjoy doing cleans, but their cleans are not profitable use of their time." No, yeah, yeah, and so they end up doing cleans for their whole life. They get to the end of their life and they've been a slave to their practice. That's not good, is it?
Yes, yes.
Mm,
Yeah, this is, and we need to outsource, we need to ask help. If another person, a consultant, can come and do a treatment for us, which bring us profit, but we don't know how to do it. For example, I don't know how to do implant and I don't have anybody around me, but I can collaborate with people who do that. So I also get some, percentage. There are different ways to bring profitability in the practice. Collaboration is also another way.
mm.
Yeah.
So, last question: what advice would you give to young dentists just starting their careers?
They're starting their careers first, before you start anything and start shouting that you're a dentist and do any marketing, do a self analysis, know yourself, find your weaknesses, a strength, and go through the foundation, which is necessary to build a successful practice. It's not only to open a clinic and start marketing and people come. No, we must learn how to build trust in people. We must go through all the steps, which start with your vision, mission, your brand, everything, team, leadership, public relations. So many things are there. Till the time you're able to have a profitable practice, you must learn the sales. If you have time to study books on sales or learn, any dentist must know how to sell. There are different ways to increase sales in a practice. So it's good. Dentistry is not a single skill. It's a series of events that has to come together for a practice to be successful. So you cannot be a solo. Even a solo dentist is not solo. There are people out there, they have to come together for him to have income. So for me, it's like that. You have to work on self-development, learn business, and then step in dental clinic and practice.
Really good advice, Dr. Hadis. Thank you for sharing time with us today on the Ultimate
Oh
Dental
my
Podcast.
pleasure.
For anybody who's interested in finding out more and maybe working with you, how do they get in touch with you?
Uh, Depends on what you want to learn. If you want to learn about my experience and implement in your practice, I already got 3 courses ready on Advance My CE called Dentosaur. And it's from my story that I was feeling like a dinosaur that is going to extinct. But I chose to be a dentosaur, a dentist who is content and happy and developed. And this dentosaur goes with my vision that I'm going to work for children. So there are courses there that guide you with building trust, increasing sales, and analysis your practice and yourself. Go through all the little tiny things that you need to build a successful practice and even know profitability metrics as a dentist. You need to know some business before starting dentistry, or even if you're running. Some people, they're running but they don't know all that. This is one way you can attend the courses and learn more. And I'm available for you if you have any question. I'm available. There is a platform that Advance My C. We can be in touch, and my email address is there. If you want to get coaching with me, it is possible. We can be in touch.
All right, I'll put the email address and the details
Sure.
of the Advanced My CE platform at the end of this. For those viewing it now, they can
Yeah.
be in touch with you that way.
Yeah.
Dr. Hadis, thank you very much for your time today. I appreciate it. Thank you for being a guest on the Ultimate Dental Podcast.
Thank you for having me. I enjoyed my time.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you, Dr. Hadis.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you for tuning in to another inspiring episode of the Ultimate Dental Podcast. We appreciate each and every one of you for being part of our dental community and joining us each week on this incredible journey. If you found value in today's episode and you don't want to miss out on future episodes packed with expert insights and actionable strategies, here's how you can stay connected with us. Firstly, hit that subscribe button. Whether you're listening on your favourite podcast platform or watching on our website, subscribing ensures you'll never miss an episode. Secondly, share the love. If you know a fellow dentist or colleague who could benefit from the wisdom and knowledge that we share here, please share our podcast with them. Also, please share the podcast on your socials by simply clicking on the social icons wherever you view or listen to this podcast. Together, we can all do our bit to elevate the dental profession. And finally, stay engaged with us. We love hearing from you. Your questions, comments, and feedback fuel our mission to provide the best content for your professional growth, your personal growth, and for your practice growth. Remember, your journey to creating a dental practice and a business life that you love is our mission, and we're excited to be your trusted guide along the way. Thank you for being a part of the Ultimate Dental Podcast. Until next time, keep smiling, keep striving, and keep on tuning in to the Ultimate Dental Podcast.